When it comes to snakes and their desire to strike, it's all about trust. If a snake becomes defensive, there's always the possibility that it could strike. For this very reason, there's really no such thing as a snake that won't bite. Because snakes are obligate carnivores, they have a natural fear of larger animals, especially ones they don't know. In this regard, you are a larger animal. Snakes all share the same striking instinct, so if a snake doesn't know you and doesn't trust you, you could find yourself on the receiving end of a bite. In respect to the core topic, there are snakes that don't bite as often as others. Some snakes are just naturally more docile and tolerant of humans. Some snakes also display different defensive tactics that don't always involve striking and biting. As long as a more calm and relaxed snake, by nature, is not provoked and is trusting of you, you should be fine most of the time. Let's take a look at 5 snakes that are often the least likely to bite. Let's kick things off with the ball python. Arguably the most harmless pet snake of all, quite popular for this very reason, ball pythons are quite docile. When threatened, the ball python will tuck itself into a ball. It does this to protect its head and neck from most threats. This is obviously good for people. If their natural defense is to tug, that means there's far less likely of a chance that you'll find yourself in danger. The ball python is extremely safe compared to other alternatives. A wonderful beginner snake. The second snake on our list is the Kenyan Sand Boa. Far less common than ball pythons or corn snakes, the Kenyan Sand Boa is relaxed, easygoing, and less likely to take a nip at people. Responsible handling is the key. While this particular snake doesn't have an aggressive temperament by nature, every snake has its own personality. In the case of the Kenyan Sand Boa, you're more likely to get bitten during a feeding session. This is why it's wise to feed this particular snake by using tongs. As a general handling tip, pick up the Kenyan Sand Boa by the center of its body. Always approach the snake from a position it can detect your scent. Snakes determine friend or foe by smell. This is a helpful tip across the board when it comes to approaching and handling most snakes. The third snake in our discussion is the Western Hognose snake. Very docile, the Western Hognose has a rather interesting defense strategy, to say the very least, and it does not involve biting. It actually doesn't really involve living. The Western Hognose is quite an actor, so playing dead is its thing. The Western Hognose will play dead by rolling over on its back and sticking out its tongue. I'm dead, you can leave now. If you try to flip over the hognose on its back, it will just roll over again. Okay, I'm really dead now. Funny, huh? While the hognose snake is venomous, the potency is only strong enough to kill small frogs, lizards, and rodents in the wild. If you are bitten by a hognose, the area will become slightly inflamed, but the injury shouldn't be serious by any measure. There'll be no long-term damage from a bite. Snake number 4 is the Rosey Boa. Non-venomous, slow, and relaxed, the Rosey Boa is easy to care for, a solid beginner snake. Similar to the Kenyan Sand Boa, the Rosey is an ambush hunter, burrowing under sand and waiting for its prey. While disturbing a Rosey while in ambush mode could result in a bite, once you understand this type of behavior, you'll know more about your snake. Placing your hand in the path of a Rosey during hunting time will release the Rosey's natural feeding response. It's not personal on you, it's just the snake's behavior. Once an owner becomes wise to the Rosey's habits, everything should be fine. Just wait until they're not in feeding mode to handle them. And our final snake is the California king snake, the king of California. While a bit nervous and anxious when young, California king snakes become more docile with age when treated properly. They won't get aggressive unless you go out of your way to annoy them. Always remember that this family of snake, colubrids, are the product of your very own treatment. This starts when the snake is young. If you were to make a habit of aggression and mistreatment when the snake is young, it will grow up to be defensive and learn to defend itself out of fear. Although that will conclude things for the video portion of this information, if you would like to know more on this topic as a whole, please visit us at snakesforpets.com. If you're currently watching this piece off-site, we invite you to click the link in the description box below. Said link will take you to a detailed article concerning this very interesting topic. Until we meet again for more talk about life in the snake world, we thank you so much for watching. We hope you have a wonderful day. and we'll talk to you later.